It's part-time, so we're at part-time.
Just too much, anything we want, we get.
We have to take.
It's coming back.
Which is gonna be
That's all
hard.
right.
We'll have to take,
And that was the worst thing, because they lost their respect.
2080, that's what our hourly rate's gonna be. But once this law goes into effect in December, you know, you can't beat it, we'll go ahead and do her that. Get it over with.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be to her advantage, I mean, that way if she gets called out, she can.
Oh, I don't mind going down. I don't.
But I mean, if you get called out, but you'll have to, you know, I don't know what,
Do we ever find out if there's gonna be like a minimum,
minimum what.
like if I get called out, is there a
Oh,
minimum?
no.
Tommy, did this come
Huh.
No.
did that article come from?
Yeah, brother.
And I honestly, I wanted to read the law,
June
but
3rd.
I haven't had a chance to do it, and I was gonna talk to Linda about it, she wasn't here.
June 3rd.
Or wasn't here when I was back there.
It means you're gonna have to put a line item in there overtime. That's what it means. Cause she's definitely gonna get overtime.
I don't know if they give her overtime.
Comp
She gets
time,
called out
comp time and a half.
Comp time,
Comp time? That's the
Comp
same
time and a
thing,
half.
right?
well, it's, yeah, I know, but yeah.
It's paid time off, basically.
Oh,
And also the donations,
Hmm.
donations also had to address that.
Yeah, I wish the government would quit changing laws and rules and.
okay. We're still looking to see how it's gonna affect us.
There you
Yeah, I've got one department that, another one that I've got, because he's only, that's not.
How are you? 3 employees in mine, in the editorial that are salaried, that may not qualify as salary.
See, that's like where my wife works, I don't know if it's gonna affect them or not, because her and the office manager, they only do full time as well.
My wife's the same way, she's salary.
I guess we're seeing.
No, Miss Fox,
How are you?
well, I thought they better be twins.
Carla's,
Oh, two of them.
Carla's salary, but she's
That could be
still
scary.
based on certain, yeah. But
Well, just straight from
Keep the
overtime.
cook bill straight.
That's all it's, I mean, it's changing to overtime, isn't it?
Yeah.
All it
Yeah.
amounts to.
yeah, it's to protect the worker.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Used to be some companies, in order to get medical benefits and that kind of stuff, you had to be salaried, so.
No, you say they pay time off, no, it's not, I mean, you've already worked it. With your
Yeah, but
hours,
it's
you be off and you
it's
don't make no money.
time and a half, I mean, you get half
Well,
the
Carla
time
used to,
again, don't you?
she used to couldn't get insurance because of her diabetes. But they've changed that now, they can put a rider. She could get it, but they put a rider.
Use your pen.
They changed that. Yeah.
Yeah, for Monday. Monday.
That was mine.
Okay, yeah.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask you.
Can you just sign in as a visitor?
Yeah, I'll be on there.
Next to my first standard, see if I can get a picture of my daughter, so I put the paper Sunday.
Which picture was it?
She graduated,
Oh, okay.
she graduated 4 years ago.
Now, was that photo for
I have no idea.
It dropped.
It rained out our house. so-
Oh, I figured.
Usually they send those
Just starting to rain now,
I don't know, I don't think they.
Oh, hey. Oh, good.
But
Very easy. When I
She graduated, she's on her way to work and all that. Working at Summit Hospital.
Well, it comes from Smithville that way, didn't it?
Yeah, started in at 25. So
Everybody signed the,
What did she get
she
her?
works Saturday, she's making 48.
What's she doing?
Already. She graduated with a 4.0 average.
Wow,
You go there.
that's fantastic.
That's for all 4 years,
Excuse me?
for all 4 years.
That's good. It's nice when you feel smarter than you run it. I got you.
Whether they are, I think they are.
She's got a 4.0 average on way to going.
Seems to get a couple minutes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. so,
But I know it is.
It's 4 o'clock. Call this meeting order. Approve the minutes for the previous meeting. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I need to make a motion to amend the minutes to include the animal control report. I don't think we voted on it last month. And I omitted that.
Okay.
And nobody, we had the report, but nobody had any complaints. And we just need to,
We get a motion, can we get a second?
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Let's go back to the first motion. Approve the previous minute. Everybody in favor? We approved the minutes for the previous meeting, but we didn't get no vote on it.
Okay. I make a motion, we approve the minutes as amended.
Second.
All in favor? Have the health department.
Okay. Sorry. The attached service reports are for May of this year, and the health department saw 2,362, had 2,362 visits for 2,124 clients, and we also provided 265 vaccines and 1 TB skin test for the month of May. We also just recently filled our vacant nurse practitioner position. I can't announce the name yet just because it hasn't been completely, the paperwork hadn't gone through. So we're hopefully, our primary care services will be wide open again with both full-time practitioners there every day. It will take 6 to 8 weeks to train, so probably be September before she'll be there, but so we'll have a full day of another practitioner. And that's all I have.
Motion to set the report.
I make a motion to put the report.
Get a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Thank you, Ms. Butler.
Thank you.
Steve Hillis.
I got one. The monthly report for May 2016. We didn't haul nothing to waste away. We had loads hauled to Southern Central of 657.69. That cost $27,951.82. That was 109 loads. On the newsprint, we had 15.40, which brought $485, 3 loads. Cardboard, we had 24.76, that brought $742.80, 7 loads. Mail to Southern Central, we had 25.83, brought $2,841.30, 13 loads. We had .39 Lund McCanns, brought $355.50, 2 loads. Collected 14 used batteries, brought in $105. Collection site for used tires, we collected 1,449 passenger tires and 113 truck tires. We collected 370 gallons of used oil, and they're still charging a little bit. They went down a little bit on that, but it's not hardly as bad as what it was. And we collected 2.30 tons of electronics and 3.25 tons of plastic. We have a total of 74.2 tons that was recycled money coming back to the county's totals $4,529.60. So we have a total of 21.59 tons was paid to be recycled, 657.69 went to the landfill. So we recycled 13% for the month of May.
Motion to accept the report.
Make a motion, accept the report.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Anybody got any questions?
Hey, we're gonna keep going down on there.
Well, idea, the garbage keeps coming up. I mean, this time of year, everybody's just throwing everything away, cleaning out and recycling. You just, I don't know, you just can't seem about 13-14% about all you can get. And everybody can do better, but it's just ideal doing it at home before you bring it to us, But it seemed like the last about 3 or 4 months, we've just been swamped.
But is any money in recycling, or would it cost the county more money to get in the business?
Probably not. What you say here is, like cardboard, they get 50%. But time you build a building, and you have to have hands to run it, that about kill what you're getting. And we're hauling it to Coffee County, which is not that far away. It's probably cheaper doing it that way than it is the other way. Then you have to have a baler. If you had cardboard, you'd have to have everything to bale it up. You'd either have to get prisoners or hire somebody to, and a building also, number one. So you could get a lot of money tied up in some, which in the long run, it'd be nice. I know Van Buren County, we got that, I think it's like nearly $300,000 grant back in 2005, which we got all our sites paid and bought a new front-end loader truck. But Van Buren County, they didn't have like 2 sites, and they built a building and got I think it was like a cat, one of these bobcats to do their recycling. So there's a lot of money up front, but you get grants to help do that, but it might be something later on we might want to look at. It's be in-house that way.
Grants to get you in the business, but to stay in the business costs
It's something they cost. And like they had a grant out there, I think it's a couple of years ago, they wanted somebody to take this grant and let it be a hub. Well, if you got a hub and you're the center location, you got to take it from other counties, and it don't always pan out. If you got a big city, you can do that in Nashville or something, but it just be a lot of money going nowhere with it, really.
You got a question for sanitation?
Yep. It's not just animals I care about the environment too. What do we do as a county to try and promote more people trying to recycle? Do we make it easy? Do we have bins everywhere? Do we work with the schools to promote the kids to, try and understand what recycling, how important it is to do
The schools do.
Well, now, we have Morrison, they do a good job with that. We've got a plastic bin out there, we've got a newsprint bin, and we have cardboard around all our schools. We empty the cardboard once a week when they're in session, say. Well, we're doing about what we can. Of course, I think we want to do something with the plastic and the aluminum cans. And they haven't come up with that yet, but now we try to help them all we can. There was one school wanted me to help them, and I went and got the bin ready and everything, and even put locks on it. And end of the year, we had to take it and dump it in a landfill. It has much trash in it. So it's a partnership deal. If you got the bins out there, they got to see that their end is where it needs to be, or it's not going to. And I've done that also at another school too. 2 schools didn't work out that way, but I've got Boyd Christian over there, they've got a bin, and of course, I know a lot of people in Westwood and the city, they use that. We dump it about 3 times a year out there, and it's out in the open for everybody to use. We have one over there at West Elementary, a new sprint, and everybody uses it. So we've got it, but maybe, I know we can always do more. We try to advertise, like this Thursday, we're having a tart day. If somebody brings in recyclable materials, we give them a free 8 for 10 tart. Of course, they'll be given away probably in a couple hours. So that's, we do things, try to promote it, you know.
It sounds like we have an opportunity to maybe push this more with the schools when schools start back into session,
Yeah.
try to get with all of the,
Because that's where you really teach people when they're young, teach the kids young, and they teach the parents sometimes, you know. But we need to get into that more. And this plastic, it's, I don't know, there's no money in plastic, you gotta pay to get rid of it. And that, everything that you touch now is plastic. I mean, everything. You can't take oil cans, they're contaminated. And so you have to watch on that too also.
well, I mean, I just know, because my property's right on the Collins River there in Rock Island, and I can't tell you how much garbage people dump in that river.
And they throw it, yeah, I've seen it too.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's terrible that we have such a beautiful county and people don't care about it. I mean, it's,
And also, they're having this river cleanup, I think it's 16th, and of course, I got a call today, we're gonna help with it a little bit. Like Shells Ford and Highway 8, they're trying to clean up the Collins River.
But if we didn't have this, how bad would it be?
And they used to do that.
That's right.
Back in early 77, when the sanitation department started, and used to, before that, they throwed it in sinkholes and ditches.
I remember people doing that, filling sinkholes up close to the river.
Yeah, and that's what they're getting out of.
Next spring of the year, it'd all be cleaned out.
Yeah, wash it out with it, yeah. But that's some of the things that, there's groups here in town also is working on that. But I agree, I mean, people, you go down the road, it makes you so mad when it just blows out. You'll be following a vehicle and it just blow out all over the road, and they don't even hit the brake light, just keep on trucking, you know.
Any more questions?
We got a motion and a second. Steve's report.
Okay. We already got the motion.
Already got the motion and a second.
Okay. All in favor? Okay, Cam, you next.
Okay, this year, or this month, or the month of May, 83 dogs was taken in. 2 were returned to owner, 13 was adopted by regular adoption, 2 were grant-funded adoptions, 50 went to rescue. We had 2 die of natural causes, that was Parvo. 2 euthanasias, 1 done by me, 1 done by the vet because it was run over and I have to have it checked first, and it was there, so you just put it to sleep. It had a broken spine. At the end of the month, we had 28 dogs and 28 cats. 1 return to owner fee was waived, and we had 6 crates donated with an approximate value of $100. I responded to 24 calls. We took in $765 in adoption money, 50 for return to owner, so the total receipt was $815.
Motion to accept the report. Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Question? Now I got a question. I've been called to taking in city cats. Are you taking in city cats down there?
I've always taken in city cats.
Are you charging the city? Because we charge by all of Morris and Centertown for cats and dogs.
No.
Well, we're gonna have to look at it, because if it ain't in the policy now, you take in city cats, we can't do that. Because they got a shelter themselves.
They don't have any.
They got an animal shelter themselves.
I understand that, but they don't have any facilities for cats.
Well, they're gonna have to get a facility. It ain't in the policy manual that we take in. I haven't found it, that's how I overlook it. You need either charge them what we charge Bowden, Seviertown and Marston, taking cats, or you can't take in cats no more. Till you get a policy, till you get the policy amended.
Is that something to go to a vote, or?
That's gotta go to the full court. Gotta be put on the docket.
Well, I say that we make a motion to do that.
And am I not allowed to take them until then?
Till we get a plan passed by the full court.
Got a question?
Go ahead.
I think y'all have answered it. I was just asking if it's not in the policy book, y'all already answered, y'all are going to put it in the policy book, correct?
We're gonna put it on the docket next month. The docket already went out.
Let me catch up.
But it's not in the policy book, not
To
that
set-
the city
right.
cats, right?
But-
It's not in there.
We charge Boston, Bowden, Centertown, all them other cities to pick up cats and dogs. It's in the
What is the
policy.
but is it in the policy book?
We have proved
Okay.
it.
That's my question.
Every year we might pass a policy what we're gonna charge to pick up dogs and cats involved in the city, in Marston, Bowden, Centertown, because they are city.
Bring them in.
Huh?
What's it, bring them in?
They still supposed to charge them if they live in the city.
If we do this now, where there's no place to take them, that's going to mean a lot of cats dumped at our gates, because they're used to us taking them, and they're just going to dump them, and then they're going to become feral and a severe problem.
Where the city need to take care of their own. We're putting money in ours, and right now, we're putting more money in our facility than the city. If you get the policy manual approved and changed, it stopped.
Can I ask, why don't you just approach the city and ask if they pay for it? I mean, that's an option too. I mean, if Viola and the rest of the cities are paying, you're providing a service for the city.
You got a question?
So we ain't go yet, I'll let her get it when we get finished with this question.
I don't mind approaching them.
Bowden and Morrison.
In Centertown, pay, we go out there, pick up a dog and cat. We have passed a resolution what we charge picking up a cat and dog for them people that got part of the city.
They pay.
Supposed to be paying.
How much do they pay? I mean, how much we talking, $10?
It's about $10 or $35 for a dog and $10 for a cat, I believe. But I gotta see the resolution we pass every year to charge them.
Bowden, Morrison, and Centertown each pay.
About
Bowden, Morrison, and Centertown each pay. So do we need to get a motion to? Somebody help me out here.
How did you word it?
well, we would get Larry Standard to write up a resolution and we would present it to pass it.
Motion to.
Yeah, we get a motion, we get Larry Standard to write a resolution so we can pass it in full court and send a copy to the city. They would no longer be able to put cats down there. We charge them what we charge the other 3 cities.
Motion to get county attorney to
Do a resolution. We charge the city of McMinnville what Bowden, Marston, and Centertown pay to take in their cats.
But we don't take dogs from the city though, right? Okay.
As of now, I am the only place in the whole entire county that does anything with cats. Besides Jamie's sanctuary, I mean, and she's not taking any new animals, so this is going to create a huge problem until it's done.
See, we need to know it as a committee. You know, I get phone calls, say y'all taking in city cats. But I've been seeing the city man go down there a lot, but I just don't follow him. And I've been seeing him run that way a lot.
That's usually
The
when
city
it's-
and I work closely together on a lot of things.
I understand that, but, we get some income.
This is something that's been happening since way before I got here.
Well, if I could find it in the book, it'd be different. I'll look again. But there might be some stuff the committee didn't know about. You got a question?
Yes, it's not pertaining to this. Kim, you said you brought in X amount of dollars for adoption fees. Okay, where does that money go? Does that go back into spay and neuter? Or does that go
It goes into the general fund.
Okay, so it does not go to help spay and neuter more animals?
No, anything she bring in gotta go back to the general fund by the policy.
Well, I'll just make a statement. I think it's a real good thing that the city and county is not charged for the private rescues that are rescuing animals in this county and city.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mr. Martin, Chairman Martin, so in order to do it correctly, in the past, we've had a resolution to do it for Viola and do it. And
We pass one every year.
when were those resolutions passed?
I can get a copy of them for you tomorrow.
We passed it, it's something we do every year. It's like, we redo it every year
Right.
for those cities, and we've just never done it for McMinnville.
Well, I didn't know they were taking in cats, so I got a few phone calls. Somebody must have made some people mad.
All right, before we go on anything else, we need to
Get a motion to approve this resolution to let Larry Stanley drop a
motion to get a
Contract
county
for
attorney
city.
to write a resolution for the city to pay the same on cats to go to the county commission.
Need a motion? Need a second?
Yeah, I don't think it.
All in favor? Katie second.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. 3-0. They didn't vote. You vote?
Have a vote.
Call roll.
Savage, yes. Martin,
Yes.
I'm trying to remember when we put them in order every year, but I can't. Like in
Yes.
August.
Abstain.
abstain, okay. And Teddy, you vote yes.
4-1. Any more questions before we get to the budget again? No more questions, we're going to the budget.
Updated Linda's numbers as of today.
Kim, I thought you had a veterinary service up to $7,000. It's only $6,700.
I don't have a copy of my original one with me.
Yeah, that, but you got a budget like that?
I put, yeah, I've got this one.
Yeah, you got it behind there too, with the road on it.
Well, veterinary was $7,000. It went from $6,000 to $7,000.
You say, why is it an increase?
Oh, no, it went from from $6,000 to $7,000. You increased it one time to $7,000.
And that's why I done it, because I'm over on my veterinarian budget.
Well, you over on 4 account last time I looked.
Well, I understand that some of the accounts are over, but I have no control over how many people adopt an animal. And that's what my veterinarian budget is basically spent on, is adoptions and spay and neuters.
Yeah, we ain't collecting enough money.
I've collected more than enough money.
But if you run it over, we're gonna have to increase it more.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Paul's Clinic had not spayed and neutered so many animals for us this year, my veterinarian budget would probably be around $9,000.
For one thing,
And
run over on with your building maintenance where you had to redo that.
Yes, but I didn't, I mean,
That's what I'm saying, you didn't run over it, but you
I
got the
didn't.
bill for it.
Right, I got the bill for it, but I had no control over either one of those. I didn't choose who done the roof or who fixed the driveway. And I cannot budget for something I don't know I'm going to have to spend on.
I understand that, but like I say, you're running over on 4 account.
On my medications, I was over, and I asked to increase that. I'm not the only.
I'm just saying what? I'm just saying
but it's
what
almost
you
like
is
you're
running over and you don't have enough money to cover your bills in June. We're gonna have to move money around if you ain't got no money to move around. That's the only thing I'm saying.
There is money left over.
Well, we gotta see how much money you spend on them other 4 charges is running over.
And we have deposited enough money in the general fund to more than cover anything spent on veterinary bills.
Better go to general fund right now.
Exactly, but and my deposit money, my donation money that I deposited was almost $3,000, and I included that in my last budget thing. That was supposed to be added into my budget so I could spend on veterinarian bills, because I was told by our county executive, any money...
Which county executive?
Mr. Wells.
He told me that.
Well, he told me whatever I brought in deposits, we could increase my veterinarian budget, because that's what the money was originally raised for, was veterinarian bills that the county does not want to have to pay for. And so we have fundraisers, and these people bring me this money, and it goes into the donations, and it's supposed to be used to treat animals, and it's not being used for treating animals. I don't know what it's being used for.
Actually, when Kim treats animals, it does save the county money though, because if you had to take the animals to the vet.
And some of it is, I mean, there is some in my veterinarian budget, there is some that where a dog has been run over. I have to take it to the vet. I can't just say, okay, this dog's hard enough, I have to take it in and put it to sleep. I have to take it and get a vet to do that. Tell me it's got a broken spine, it can't be saved.
Right.
Something like, I can't take somebody's dog and just automatically put it to sleep because it's been hit on the road. Us as a county and as animal control, we are responsible to treat animals better than what we require our citizens of this county to treat their animals. So I have to have a budget for this.
Well, what I'm saying, it actually saves the county money when you can treat them
Exactly.
in-house rather than having to take them to the vet.
Right, but some of them do have to go to the vet,
Yeah.
but I get medications and treat them. It's not, they're not staying at the veterinarian office for a week at a time getting treated. I treat them.
Right.
I can give subcu fluids, I give shots, I do all that stuff. But it's something I've got to have in my budget to be able to do it.
nobody say you don't have to, but you, like I say, you coming up short. We're still
I
talking
don't-
about
I-
the
but
budget,
I-
I'll get to you in a
I
minute.
know, I understand that.
But I would have to put $9,000 or $10,000 in the veterinary budget to cover all of these costs, all the options that got done last year. And y'all are not going to increase my budget by that much. And I have no control over how many dogs and cats get adopted. If you've got an answer for that, I'd be glad to hear it, because I don't know how to guess how many animals we're going to adopt.
Well, you need to increase your budget. I don't know they're gonna approve it or not.
Well, it's been kind of obvious that I don't get very much passed.
What are you over right now?
Those areas right there, all of them are in bluish color there, where finance, that's where.
$2,100?
Mhm. Yeah. I got 6,700 by Linda's budget on veterinary services. She's at 6,700 right now. That's where that extra 700 come in.
Okay.
And this is just going by a $2 raise, which is what was brought up in the budget finance meeting a couple of weeks ago. If you do just the raise with the money that she's over, add to that in order to make sure that she isn't under what she needs, that would be a $5,400 increase basically. If you take out the $750 out of those other supplies and materials and $750 out of other equipment, it would bring it down. Or actually, it would be $5,494 with that. Without it, it'd be $6,994. Yeah. But that's all. There's no other increases other than her wage, and then of course the increase in what she's went over with veterinary services and the building we know about.
But she was below budget on gasoline.
Yeah, I just didn't know if we wanted to touch that because it
It could go back up.
will. Yeah. I just didn't touch
You
anything.
wouldn't want to change it because
Yeah.
we can't tell next year. You might be paying 3.5 a gallon. So that has helped it going down.
Any more questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, first on the issue about whether funds in general fund can be designated to specific costs. County Executive Wells specifically told me that yes, that could be done. That if people wanted to donate money to animal control veterinary expenses, it would go into the general fund, but that it would be notated in the general fund that that's exactly what it is for. The second thing I had is that when I came to the meeting a couple of months ago, I asked Commissioner Martin how the salaries were set and if there were salary scales, and basically you all told me that you didn't know.
We don't have a
You
salary
don't,
scale.
okay. Well, so then I went and I asked the personnel and policy over a month ago. I wrote them an email and asked them for that information, and I have never received a response from anyone.
Because they don't have one.
Well,
they
they
never-
still owe me a response.
Well, I want to tell you, I sat on chairman of policy and personnel for 8 years. They don't have a policy for a scale wage. Nobody does.
Well-
No department does.
Well,
Only body that come close
yes,
is the sheriff department.
That's unfortunate. I mean, you mean to tell me that you have employees that you bring in that if you were going to hire a new animal control director, you would just throw a number out there and hope that somebody would take the job for that amount?
Well, it's been happening before.
Well, this is
What-
2016. Is that an answer?
Well, that's what every department do. You would take the job, you know what the job paid before you touch it. You know what the job paid before you touch
Could
it.
I ask you what the original first question was?
my original first question was,
After the money
my
could be
comment
donated to animal control, could be designated just
to
for care of
specific,
animals.
yes, to specific, it goes into the general fund, but it can be designated specifically for veterinary expenses or building improvements or whatever that person donates that money for.
As long as they pass a resolution, approve that. There gotta be a resolution passed for all that stuff.
Well, I'm telling you what the county executive told
I'm
me.
telling you, everything is passed by the full court. If we're gonna designate that money to a certain cause, it gotta be approved by the full court. He just can't say this money gonna go where, he don't have that authority. It gotta be a resolution saying where that money going.
Well, that's not what he led me to believe, but that's certainly
Well,
something
I'm
I
telling
can
you, it goes straight to the general fund. And the general fund, if you got money wanna be designated to a certain thing, you gotta be, a resolution gotta be passed.
So we need to set a resolution to set up an adoption fund or the money for the
Medical
adoption.
services.
Yeah,
Set
because the
aside.
money going to general fund.
I mean, this, okay.
And it gotta be approved by
Because
budget.
Applebee's is, they just raised money again for us, and that's probably they wanted to raise more this year than they did last year. So, I mean, that's money that is going into the general fund that is supposed to be used for animals, for their veterinarian services, that is not being, so that looks like that's a misappropriation of funds to me. I mean, it's not being spent on what it was raised for.
But
So-
you ain't got no resolution saying what that money go for. Don't you understand? I want to tell you something. You need to set on budget and finance. And you need to go talk to people at C-Test. They will tell you to set up fund to go to certain thing, you got to have a resolution passed. You just can't go there and pull out a $5,000 out of the general fund, so I need $5,000 for animal control today.
But if people are raising money for this specific thing, shouldn't that money go to that specific thing and not into the general
If
fund?
you got a resolution.
Well,
Okay,
then
so
we
I'll make a
need to make a
resolution.
resolution.
I'll make a resolution that the money that is donated to animal control is set aside in the budget to help with veterinarian bills and with expenses. I don't know exactly how I need to word that, but
We
that's
need
what.
to make a motion for a resolution.
You gotta get that written up by the lawyer.
Yeah, they can do that. What are you gonna call the line item?
You gotta have a line item, all that, you gotta get with Linda.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Services, probably.
She wasn't here today. Do it.
Medical services, probably.
You better make it a little bit broader than that. because-
Adoption service, well, let's see.
No, you better make it a little bit broader than that, because people are gonna go to Applebee's, they're gonna want this money not necessarily go to veterinary services. They may want it to go to, you got a door that fell down, and you need it put up today. We can't wait for Greg or whomever to get over there, you know, and I can't come over there and put it up.
Right.
We have to have it put up today. So I think it needs to be something that,
And actually,
Time.
we did just have that problem. I had a dog escape and was loose in the building. He got in the bathroom and shut the door and tore my bathroom door to pieces. No one could even go in and use the restroom. So I had to go buy a door. My husband come and put it up.
Just make it to the expenses, extraordinary expenses for animal control and adoption.
donation expenses, how about that?
It probably should be in that resolution that it's, somebody's gonna have to approve it.
Right.
It's just not at her at will to
Yeah.
spend it for whatever, but,
Would it be in her budget? She'd be the one to approve
It
it.
won't be in that budget, it'll be a line item
yeah,
by itself.
but,
Well, we could set that aside with two people. We could set it up with the chairman and the director.
right.
Mr. Boyd made a motion that any money donated to animal control be used
For animal control
within animal control itself.
guidelines.
made that motion.
I second it.
I'm ready.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
I vote.
Yep.
Yep.
Let the lawyer write it up.
Since they've changed the ruling on the hourly employees and salary employees, has anybody done any research on?
Start in effect December 1st, 2016.
Do what now, I'm
It'll
sorry?
go in effect December 1st, 2016.
That's correct, I know. But we're gonna have to base our budget when we do it, we might as well go ahead and do it by the hour now, to having to withdraw it and, I mean, if we put it by salary, we already know what the hourly rate's gonna be. But Kim wants to know has anybody done any research, is that, we know there's no overtime to it, it's gonna be comp time.
Right.
But what is gonna be the minimum, if it's 1 minute, or is it 4 minutes, 4 hours, or is it when you called out to a call, is that, how is it gonna count out?
Okay, I talked to Linda the other day, and she said that you would fill out a timesheet as soon as you got the call, and then fill out a timesheet whenever you got back, and it'd be based on that.
Okay.
No increments?
I don't know if there's a minimum, I don't know if there's a 1 hour minimum, I think this is something we don't know all the details about yet.
Okay. That's why I'm
And
glad.
really, when you're dealing with federal government, who does know all the details, right?
Well, that's what I told her, I just wanted to make sure I was,
Anything over 40 hours is comp time and a half. That was the way I understood it.
correct.
So this is not to penalize people like Kim, this is a worker protection.
Right, I have no problem with this.
I have a question. If you're talking about Kim's not going to be getting overtime, so she's going to be working less hours, basically. I mean, there's going to be time